Welcome back to the Matchbook, everybody. We're still learning the ropes on this thing, but we're back again.
No way, we've got it.
We've got it. We're back again. It's the weekly wrap-up of all things that we think are cool, interesting, worthy of sharing, and
hopefully you do too.
Hopefully you do too.
Oh well.
And if you don't, then
fine.
you need to get cooler, because we're the authority.
No. We're definitely not the cool
No, we're
kids.
not.
Okay.
Wait, who went first last week? Me?
I don't know, but I probably should because I have like 7.
Oh, good.
This time.
Kick it off. Okay. So in case you forgot what this is where we just talk about things we think are cool or interesting. There's a lot of new faces around here. Because apparently the software on my newsletter was not working properly. So welcome to the party. Every Friday we do this little wrap up. And if this is your first,
Hopefully you like it.
hopefully you like it.
Okay.
All right. Sarah's going to kick it off.
All right. So my first thing that I was having fun with this week, and that I think is a fun thing to share, is the little ornaments. I did not make this one this year, obviously, because, well, let's see.
Wait, I
Will
got to
it
get out of
focus?
it. If I get out of the screen, then it probably will.
Oh, there we are. Oh. And I decided I'm going to make at least one of these each year for us and then try and make some for family too. But literally all I do is print out a tiny little Polaroid on my little printer. That is my favorite gift ever that you ever gave me.
And
Maybe not ever, but I really love it.
I think there's a new version of this probably.
Probably.
We'll link to it. It is one of the coolest things because
you can print photos off your phone instead of just like the Polaroid camera. So anyway, I think I'm going to try and go through and just pick at least one photo of one of my favorite memories of the year and print that out to hang it on the tree. So this year, I think it'll be our Bon Iver concert with the kids.
Oh, yeah. I really like that idea.
So anyway, just a fun thing that I've been working on. And so the little beads on there are just little tiny wooden beads that I painted. And then all I do is put ribbon through them and then sandwich the ribbon with a picture and then a little tiny piece of cardboard where I write what the photo is.
Is that a cereal box?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I eat a lot of cereal.
Nothing
So.
fancy.
And then you can label it on the back like you've done.
Yeah.
To remember the mem.
Yeah.
Awesome.
that's kind of fun.
I love those.
I mean, you knew about that because I've been...
Well, yeah, I've been seeing you make them.
It's all over our kitchen table.
It is.
And
Luckily,
has been all week.
Luckily, we have a giant, not picnic table, kitchen table.
And the kids are used to just like clearing
Stuff.
a space to eat.
There's always stuff on it.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Good one.
All
Also,
right.
somebody commented last week that watching these feels like having tea with friends.
Oh.
And that's the nicest thing.
I
ever.
wish we could have tea with you all.
I do too. Okay. My first one is every year Rolling Stone magazine releases their top 20 favorite movies of the year.
Ooh.
And I noticed something this year. This is the first time ever I haven't seen a single movie on the list. Not one.
Whoa.
You have.
What?
Yeah, Barbie was on there.
Oh, okay.
Where's our tape here?
Probably from my projects.
Barbie was on the list. I still haven't seen Barbie, but that was the only one on the list that
Wow.
you've seen. So
We have to get busy.
we have to get busy. My ones that I really want to see the most: Past Lives.
Oh, yeah.
That
By
looks really good.
A24
I don't know if it might be an A24
Yeah, I think
movie.
it is.
Bottoms, which looks hilarious.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
But that name.
Yeah, I know. She hates the word bottoms. That one looks really hilarious. And I think that one's like almost on streaming now, maybe.
Oh, good.
Beau is Afraid, which looks really good with Joaquin Phoenix.
Ooh.
All of Us Strangers with Andrew Scott, and then the dude from Normal Lives. Or Normal People.
Yes, Normal People.
That looks good. Mm-hmm. And then Killers of the Flower Moon, obviously.
Yes.
Lily Gladstone's from Montana. So
Yes.
that's pretty awesome. So yeah, Rolling Stone top 20.
fun.
Usually I've seen some of them, but because she only lets us watch like one episode of a show a night, max, it's hard to get the movies in.
Oh, I just get so tired.
She gets so tired.
Really?
So
so loud.
that's my number one Rolling Stone list. I'll link to the list. We need to just watch all of them because there's some on there that look so good.
All right.
All right.
Perfect.
Easy.
Well, it gets dark at 4 o'clock here now, so we could probably start
That's
watching
true.
movies then. Okay, good one. Okay, my next one is pretty short. It won't take me much time to talk about it. It's just my recipe for the live cookie baking hangout that we're going to have this weekend. The recipe is for eggnog snickerdoodles, and it's on New York Times.
Whoa.
So I will share the recipe on Instagram also, and then in this.
Perfect.
So that if you would like to join us, we're going to bake on Sunday, probably like in the middle of the day here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, should we just say a time? Or a roundabout time? A rough time?
Well, okay, so I wanted like our friends in the UK and stuff to be able to join too.
Okay.
So I don't want to do it too.
So anywhere, that would be, it's 7 hours, right?
Yeah.
So 1?
Yeah, maybe,
Maybe
1
1
o'clock Mountain Standard Time on Sunday.
1 o'clock Mountain, 3 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock UK. And then if you're not in any of those places, do the math.
So I'll link the recipe obviously in this and then on Instagram so you can get your ingredients if you'd like, or if you just want to hang out and talk.
Yeah.
You definitely
We
don't
can
have
do
to
it like
bake.
a live bake Q&A too. We can talk
Yeah.
and answer questions and
Yep.
generally BS.
Yes.
Awesome.
Really.
Okay, my number 2 is you've already seen this because I showed you yesterday,
Okay.
but it's a trailer for an A24 movie. Speaking of movies, it's the trailer for a movie coming out, I think it's in April, called Civil War, and it is what it sounds like. It's about the impending civil war that could or could not happen in this country. I guess we'll know next November how ugly it gets. But the movie looks amazing. Kirsten Dunst is in it, and it looks like she's like taking on a serious role, which is kind of fun. It just looks good, and
Nick
it almost
Offerman is the
Nick
president,
Offerman's
right?
the president, and it kind of looks like maybe like a training video for what might be coming.
God. Don't say that.
Yeah, it just looks really good, and it's by the guy who made The Beach and Ex Machina and 28 Days Later.
So it'll be disturbing.
But also awesome. He really doesn't. He does a lot of good stuff.
Right, but
So it's
really disturbing.
Totally.
Yeah.
But it looks good. I'll link it, and you can watch
Okay.
it and tell us what you think. And hopefully, if you need a place to run away to, the mountains of Montana
Don't say
would
that.
be a safe spot.
Oh man, I would not survive.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that my number 2?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm on number 3. Number 3, you've heard of before.
I have done. I saw it sitting over there.
Number 3, we definitely haven't talked about this. Well,
Ever.
really in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
This is Tyler and I's children's book that we wrote together, and it is definitely one of the most proud moments of my
Absolutely.
entire life. This book is all about doing kind things at Christmas, and it also comes with little missions. So I'm going to read 3
It's
of them.
impossible to show things to the
I'm just
camera.
I'm gonna read them.
Okay.
Get out of here. This is mine.
So yeah, wait. Maybe before you read the missions, explain why there are missions.
Okay, so this story came about when my kids were little, and it was the time of like gimme, 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 and
An elf on the shelf.
yes, and I decided there had to be something better we could be doing. So I started every morning in December writing them teeny tiny little notes with things that they could do nice for somebody else. We made ornaments and we made cookies and dropped them off at neighbors' houses. And one day, Adela, my daughter, was like, Elf on the Shelf has a story. Why don't the North Pole Ninjas? And she was kind of like, this is not real. So I texted Tyler and he wrote our story, and here it is.
Now it's a thing.
Now it's a thing.
It's been a thing for a while.
I know, and I'm so proud of it. I will always be proud of it. So I just wanted to share this with you guys, and I'm going to read 3 missions, and I'm hoping that if you're watching or listening, you will choose one of these missions to do this weekend with.
We should do missions through this between now and the end of Christmas.
Okay.
Also,
so,
one of the coolest things we did with this that nobody ever got to talk about for some reason, but I thought it was like so fun that we got to do it. We donated 10,000 copies of this book
really?
to Toys for Tots, and it was really cool to be able to donate that many copies. So many little kids got to be part of this.
Yeah.
And yeah. So yeah, why don't you read some missions?
Okay. So the missions I'm going to read, just choose one or maybe all three if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So leave a special secret note inside your favorite library book. Imagine the look on the person's face when they find it.
I like that one a lot.
And these are all ones you could do as just, you don't have to have little kids. You could do them as
adults. Yeah, well, I mean, we've had, like, Penguin Random House, when they made the book, the entire office of 200 people, they did a mission every day, and it was really cool.
Bring a bag of groceries to your local food bank to share food with those in need. My mom is the most incredible human, and she would never talk about this, but she volunteers at our food share all the time.
All the time.
And I know that here in Helena, and I'm guessing elsewhere, one of the things they need the most is cheese.
Weird.
And they don't have it a lot. Cheese and milk, so
that makes
dairy
sense.
products.
Probably because they go bad so quick.
Yeah, and it's something that I just feel like, I don't know.
It seems like a luxury item to a lot of people,
right.
which makes you really realize how lucky you are.
Right. So anyway, go donate some food if you can.
They can have my cheese because I'm allergic.
I know. And the last one actually ties in with my 5 and 6.
Ooh, 5 and 6. Damn.
And just 5 and 6. Write a note or record a short video telling someone far away how much you love them and why.
I like that one. Who would you do a letter or a video note for right now? Could you do one?
Ooh.
Where would you send it?
Well, I'd send lots of them, probably.
But if you could only do one.
Oh, only one?
Right now, to someone far away that you haven't seen for a long time.
Probably Ash and Sav.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say, too.
too.
And if you're not following Ash's mind noise, you need to do
good.
so. It's
He's
spectacular.
Okay,
Good
so
one.
that's my number 3.
My number 3, podcasts that explain the 90s.
What?
There's a list I found of podcasts, and I think there's 5 or 6 different podcasts, and they're all they have a different point of view and they have a different angle, but they're all about the 90s, which is the best decade. We were so lucky to be like teenagers and beyond in the 90s, because it literally was the best time to be a kid. And these podcasts are amazing, and I know how much you love podcasts.
Yes.
And some of them look hilarious, some of them look nostalgic, some of them look like they talk about they basically try to make sense of what was such a chaotic decade.
Was it chaotic?
Oh yeah. Well,
God,
I mean, it was
great.
just so random.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm excited to dive into all of these podcasts.
Fun.
If you were a person that grew up in the 90s, you're going to want to do these. If you weren't, like if you were either too old or too young in the 90s or not even a thing yet, you should anyway.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't, because then you'd be so sad that
you'll be sad that
90s.
it wasn't. Yeah, that's true. Because it was the best time.
Without social media, and we grew up without.
Oh God, we grew up with street lights and dirt clod fights.
And not having. I've talked to my mom about this a lot, like the Find Your Friends or whatever.
Oh my God, yeah.
My mom was like, thank God I didn't have that, because I would have seen where you were and wondered what you were up to and been so afraid. And now we know all the time. Yeah. Well, and I do think it's not as comforting as you would think it would be.
I think it's the opposite. I think it probably makes people more neurotic and more scared and more worried. And I mean, just that's what social media and news has done too, is it makes the world seem so much scarier when in reality it's safer than it's ever been.
Right, because nobody goes anywhere to do anything.
I have some articles coming up that I'm going to be doing for the Signal Fire. One of them is about the death of mystery, and I think it's going to be a doozy. So stay tuned for 2024, because I'm really excited for the lineup of some of the things I'm going to be writing about. Nice. So yeah, that was mine. All right.
Okay. My number 4 is an article on Orion magazine called A Work of Love. And it's a story about the illustrator of the book called Biological Exuberance, Animal Homosexuality, and Natural Diversity.
Whoa.
It is incredible. So it's about the artist who drew all of the drawings of homosexuality encounters in animals.
And other species.
That scientists had observed but didn't have photos of. So he was asked to draw all these drawings. And they're like
Since
pretty
they didn't
explicit.
have photos.
Yeah. And so he's a straight man from Idaho.
Okay.
And became so invested in this project. This was in the 90s. He said he spent over, I can't remember how many thousands of hours drawing these drawings. He at one point moved to Michigan and got a job at the university and wasn't allowed to tell anyone what he was doing, but he was spending hours and hours and hours doing these drawings.
Yeah.
And he felt how important it was to show that homosexuality is a natural thing that occurs naturally in
it's
all animals everywhere. And so the article is mostly about him, and it's amazing.
Awesome.
I really
I want to
enjoyed
read
it.
this one.
Yeah. And there are a few of his drawings are on there. He talks about how a student walked in and when he was teaching in Michigan, and he was drawing a picture of hedgehogs. Two female hedgehogs. And the student was like, "What are you drawing?" And he said it was really awkward and he had to like cover it up. But
now I'm trying
really
to imagine the logistics of lesbian hedgehog sex.
I know. Well,
seems precarious.
They figured it out.
Yeah, they must have.
Yeah, and he drew it.
That does seem precarious, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
There could be some injuries.
I know. Yeah. So anyway, I really like that.
Oh, weird. That leads into my next one.
Whoa.
Well, not really. But it does when you think about like precariousness and sharp objects. My number 4 is super weird, but I was just trying to think of things that have like actively made my life better over the last few weeks.
Okay.
And one thing, chiefly among all of them, has made my life. I'm just gonna get it.
I'm so nervous to see what you're gonna pull out.
I'm gonna go grab it.
Okay.
It's right here.
Okay. We'll just wait.
I should grab a prop too.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, the item that has made my life better is this tiny little $10 gadget. It never works. It's called the Knife IQ, and this is the dumbest one I could put on here, but it has made my life so much better. It's a knife sharpener, and I don't know if you're like us, but we have like 1,000 knives that we have. Some of them are really nice, like this one. They're like chef-style knives that cost a lot of dollars. And for the last few years, I thought that sharpening a knife was just using the little rod that comes with the knife set. Apparently, that's just honing them. Sometimes
honing?
That means just like making it better. It's like fine tuning the edge.
Okay.
You need to sharpen them sometimes, and we didn't know that. And so I've been just using the honing thing, and we haven't been able to cut things, and it's dangerous to try to cut things like lesbian hedgehogs know. So this thing, it's only $10, and I thought you had to get some fancy thing. So I bought it just to try it, and all you do, I'm gonna do it. All you do, you put it on the counter and see how it has like different angles. So all you do is just set it flat, and you pull your knife through. That's it. That's all you do, and you do it a couple times, and then you rinse your knife off, and it is so sharp that you can do baby tomatoes just like this. Without even moving the tomato. And it's.
I felt like we were on a QVC commercial.
I know. Look, I have an orange here. I could
show them.
Look at that.
Wow.
Holding it up, and it just sliced like butter.
Tyler, that's incredible. How can people get their hands on something
it's
like
$10.
this?
So, if you need your knives to be sharp, this is the way to do it. And it was 10 friggin' bucks. And it literally has made my life way better because there's nothing more annoying than monkeying around with like a dull knife, and it's dangerous. You can cut yourself. So that's my weird thing, but it literally has made my life way better. So that's my number 4.
Okay.
I only have one more.
I have 1, 2.
Oh, that smells so lovely.
3 more.
Okay.
But
that's all right.
2, like my 5 and 6 are kind of the same, or they're connected.
All right, do it.
All right, so number 5 is the article that you read to me about the friendship problem, and it just really hit home, and made so much. I don't know. It made me feel better because I was like, oh, it's not just me who has a hard time.
We're not broken.
Keeping friendships going in our,
adult,
at our age.
in our late adulthood.
And it talks about how nowadays we have to like make appointments far in advance to hang out with friends, and there's no just swinging by and seeing each other. And that also kind of ties in with the 90s thing. Like, how many times did you just drive over to your friend's house and just show up?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was what we did.
Yeah, Saturday mornings or late Friday nights. Right.
And now if you did that, people would be so horrified.
You're a sociopath.
If you just showed up on their doorstep and were like, hey, how's it going? Want to hang out?
It
They'd
really
be like,
bothers people.
What? I don't have time.
Well, I mean, it would even bother me.
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me. But
yeah, it would depend on who, probably.
Yeah, that's true. It wouldn't bother
There's some people that would be like, oh, gosh,
yeah, that's true.
Go home.
That's true.
That's a good
but
one.
Anyway, I really liked that article.
Yeah, that was a great article.
It made me feel like a little sad, but also a little better.
Yeah. It was actually a Substack article. We'll tag her in it.
Okay.
Good one.
Hey,
my last one is a song.
Ooh.
It is Perfume Genius, who I do believe they are perfectly named because they are geniuses and their music perfumes our life.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Hopefully you can tell them that someday.
I will someday. But this song is called Slip Away, but they recorded a special version of it for Spotify, and it just kind of amplifies it and makes it even more special than it already was. If you don't ever listen to Perfume Genius, you might not like all of it, but the things you do like, you will really like. So, Slip Away, Spotify session version, Perfume Genius. That's my last one. I'll play it for you when we're done.
Okay.
Because it's...
I haven't heard it yet, I don't think.
You probably maybe have, but you didn't know you were hearing it.
Oh, okay.
This one's so good.
My number 6.
Okay.
It's kind of... I'm doubling up from last week. It's another On Being podcast.
Ooh, I like
and
it.
I read... Or episode... I read you parts of it because it really hit home and affected me. It's with Vivek Murthy, who's the Surgeon General.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember talking about this.
So I just wanted to share his 4 steps to help with loneliness because I thought that was so amazing, and they're really pretty easy.
And obviously, once you're done reading them, they can deep dive and hear the whys.
Go listen to that episode because it is. I cried in the closet while I was wrapping presents listening to it.
Okay.
Okay. So he talks about how loneliness is the biggest epidemic that we're. Anyway. So, number 1 is spend 15 minutes a day connecting with someone outside of your house. And so that could be even just sending a text message saying that you're thinking about someone, or just calling someone on the phone, which would be so weird.
I do that. You don't do that.
Sending them little videos or even voice notes like you do all the time. You're really good at this one. I feel like you do this way better than I do.
Weird.
Which is weird.
That is weird.
I see people more.
That's probably why.
Face to face, but you're really good at connecting with people outside the house. 15 minutes a day. That's all it takes. I don't like to leave the house. Number 2, give people your. Oh man, you're really good at this one too. Give people your full attention when you talk to them. And he talks about how if you give people a full 5 minutes of attention, that can feel like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And so everyone is so sucked into their phones. Not just teenagers, not just kids. Everybody is. So if someone is talking to you, even if it's something that you don't feel is super important, just give them 5 minutes of your undivided attention and make them feel like the only person in the world, like you always do. You're really good at that.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay. Number 3 is serve others. So volunteer your time, offer to help a friend. When we make ourselves feel when we serve others, it makes us feel more valuable and needed and necessary, and that helps with loneliness.
For sure.
And number 4 is solitude. And I wanted to read his little part about this because that sounded really weird at first when I heard that.
I'm really good at this one.
Really good at it. So it says solid.
I hope people aren't mad that we keep getting longer every week.
Well, I know, and I have another one.
What?
But my last one is just a song.
That's good.
So
no, I think people have said they like that we go long, so we're gonna keep going long.
Okay. All right. So this is what he says about solitude. If I'm lonely, do I really need more time alone? But loneliness is not so much about how many people you have around you. It's about whether you feel like you belong. It's about whether you truly know your value and feel like you are connected to other people. It's about the quality of your relationships with others and yourself. The solitude is important because it's in moments of solitude, when we allow the noise around us to settle, that we can truly reflect and we can find moments in our life to be grateful for. And I feel like
that's
huge. And you say that to me all the time about you can be surrounded with people and still feel super lonely. And so I thought that was important.
Well, and I think that people are so afraid of solitude, and it's just like people who are afraid of silence, and they try so hard to fill every empty space with something. And it's like people, if you go, next time you go someplace and you have to wait even 5 minutes for something, look around at all the people that can't even for 5 minutes be alone with their thoughts. They have to fill it with their phone or with something. And
their phone.
Usually it's the phone, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's something so powerful about being able to just sit in stillness and alone, and like being comfortable being alone.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you should go listen to that one because it was really
that
incredible.
sounds amazing.
My last one, you knew about this one, but you didn't share it, and I thought it was going to be the
I was
one
going
you
to share that
shared.
next week because it's closer. But no, go ahead. I have a different one I can do next week.
Okay. Gang of Youths, which is one of our favorite bands, has a cover of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and it is amazing.
And this is courtesy of Ash. He sent this to me.
Yeah.
He is also a Gang of Youthsian. And he sent this yesterday, and I had never even heard it. And I was like, what?
Gang of Youths, if you haven't listened, one of their albums in particular, and now I'm going to forget what it is called, but he wrote it when his dad died. And one of the songs in that, when my friend Jean Ann died, I listened to probably 400 times.
Speaking of, that was going to be one of mine, but I didn't. Speaking of Jean Ann, you got your tribute tattoo for Jean Ann yesterday. You should just like briefly, you could just go roll it up.
Oh, I don't know if that'll be able to see. I don't think you can see that.
Well, we can share. Yeah, you can.
In my sweatpants. I just tapped my arm like, oh, here. It's my hot air balloon.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's amazing. Yeah. So Gang of Youths. That's a perfect song.
Yeah.
That's it. We did. Oh my God, we're almost at a half hour. These go too fast. I hope you like these because we love making them. And it feels like we're having tea with you. Look at this guy. Feels like we're having tea with you. Gilly, come on. Come on up. Come here.
Do you want to say hi?
Want to say hi to everybody? Feels like we're having tea with all of you, even though you're not technically here with us. Which we're going to try to remedy that. We're going to try to do some in-person stuff in 2024. We just need to figure out the how and the why and the when.
Speaking of loneliness,
let's connect.
Let's connect with
you
each
and
other.
I. All right. Have a rad day, and we'll see you next Friday. Next Friday will be 3 days before Christmas Day.
Wait, does that mean it's the solstice?
It'll be the day after solstice.
Oh,
because isn't it the 20? It'll be the 22nd next week. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
All right. Have a sweet day. We love you. Yeah.
Let us know how you're doing.
Yeah. Please chime in the comments below. We'll see you later.